Yes, so quite a mix today. Mostly books, but there are a few other bits and bobs as well. And we're going to start with the books, and I'm going to start with the hobby items. So as you can see in the background here, often what happens is the main charity shop where I get my books to resell, they're on £2 for £4, and sometimes I can't find a second one to sell. So, at the very least, you can get one you'll read, you might as well, because it's £2 for £4, otherwise it's £1 each. So, yeah. This one at the bottom, L. Ron Hubbard, Death Quest. Now, I've seen L. Ron Hubbard's books from the fantasy genre many times over the years, but I've never yet read any. So, I was interested to read this one. See what that's all about. It sounds good. Sounds like the type of thing I like. This one called Thunderhead. I don't know. It just grabbed me, the story plot on the back, rather reading on the back, and yeah, the cover. Something about that. Don't know anything about the author. It's actually got two authors: a Douglas Preston and a Lincoln Child. So don't know if it's in relation to Lee Child. Or Andrew Child, but yeah, I thought I'd give that a read. And then, of course, we have the classic Clive Cussler. I mean, one of the greatest authors in adventure. Cyclops. I have not read that one, so look forward to that. It's a Dirk Pitt adventure. If you follow Clive Cussler's book, he's done a lot of Dirk's adventures, particular character in the series. And then there's this one called A Faint Cold Fear by Karen Slaughter. Not read the author. But yeah, it seemed an intriguing book. Now this one is a bit of a classic. We have here The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which is of course by Mark Twain. So that's just one of those classic books, classic style books. Thought it would be nice to read again. I haven't read it for many years. Now the author, Joe Nesbo, I've seen it again rounds, like I've seen for years in the bookshops and charity shops, etc., etc. I've never yet read. I've wanted to, so I've got one here, The Bat. Over 14 million books sold worldwide. The first Harry Hole thriller. So she's got a character called Harry Hole. That's a great name for character, Harry Hole. So yeah, looking forward to that. See what the author's like. She's very popular. Also, I've just realised, no, sorry, I thought I'd forgotten something, but I haven't, so it's alright. Dean Koontz, now, or Dean Koontz, I'm not actually sure which way it's pronounced, but the international bestseller, False Memory, one of my favourite authors, and I've never read False Memory. I've heard very good things about it. The premise sounds very interesting. Also, inside, someone has left for recycling from books and media. I hope that doesn't mean they were planning on throwing it away, because I mean, recycling is good, but you could recycle it by letting someone else read it. Well, whatever happened, I'm glad I've managed to get it. Yeah, you can find really interesting things sometimes that have been left in books. Like sometimes there's been like letters to people. I often get bookmarks, all sorts. And the last one for my collection is a Wilbur Smith that I haven't yet read. This one's quite an old one. It's A Power of the Sword. I think it's just quickly get the date. It's 86. Yeah, I was going to say 80s. It's not that old, but fairly old compared to some of these books, because obviously he wrote for many, many years. So that concludes what we've got there for the collecting. I'm going to keep with books, and this is now for the selling. So, let's make a bit of space. The first thing I have is, this is, I'm just going to move the camera out a little bit. This is, does it want to go on the table or not? It's locked apparently. Harry Potter. It's the first. No, it's not the first one. It's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. That is not the first one. The reason why I picked this up now, you can get Harry Potter and these particular editions fairly reasonably in a lot of second-hand shops. And you won't necessarily make a lot of money on them unless, of course, they're the fabled first editions to look out for. I've checked, and I believe this one is not. However, I picked it up because it's in very nice condition, and I've got a feeling that will probably sell well. Now this series I've seen a lot from Christy Lacey. Now I got these just in time because where all these books come from that I'm showing you today, I was at my local cancer research, big charity shop in Swindon, and as I say, they do 2 for £1 on their books, but the kids' books, for some reason, they've sort of put into the middle of the shop and done for £1 each. So I've just got these just before they went up to £1 each. I got them at 50p, and I've got a couple in this set. Nice looking covers, sort of fantasy, dragony type thing. That top one's not in the best condition. The other two are in slightly better condition. That one's in easily the best condition. But I'll try and sell them as a set and see how I do with that. That was just 20p, so I literally picked that up. Which book? Peter Rabbit. Right, what else have we got? We have, so somebody I read myself, Peter Robertson's Piece of My Heart, a novel of suspense. Best-selling author, very good author, highly recommend if you've never read any of his books. We also have, I got a couple of, how many did I get? 2, yeah. David Walliams books. Own these myself, enjoy reading them. This is Against the Granny Strikes Again. We also have The Beast of Buckingham Palace. So for 50p, I thought these were worth getting. You know, they are in very nice condition, hardcovers. I also got James Herbert Once. I own this. I've actually got a hardback version of this, like this one, but I've also got a paperback. It's a horror adult fairy tale. It's pretty good if you haven't read it. Peter May, A Winter Grave. Yeah, it's a winter grave. For some reason I want to say a winter's grave, but it's a winter grave. Another great author. Also one that I own myself. This one, I forgot about this one actually. This was from a separate charity shop, which had some books for free outside, and I just picked this one up. I'll see if anyone wants to read it who's into football, or I may sell it. I may give it a read myself. I do like autobiographies. I think it's an autobiography. Well, it says My Guide to Kicking a Ball About, so I'm not 100% sure. I need to investigate a bit more. Right, so Michael Connolly, excellent author. Jurassic Park remains one of my favourite books. So he's also written Lincoln Lawyer, The Gods of Guilt, as well as many other books, but they're the 2 I've got with me, and I thought I may sell those individually, or I might sell them together. What I do sometimes is maybe wait until I get a few more of the authors and then bundle them together. We'll see. This is just a single one. Simon Koenig. I have read this author myself, but I haven't read this book. This one's called Die Alone. I think I'm going to resell this one, but I want to get that one myself sometime to read as well, to be fair, because the author was good. It's an interesting one. So you may or may not be familiar with the Hornblower series. I do like books that are based on the sea, basically sea drilling books, if you like. But these ones I thought I will try resell. So 50p each, and it's actually a nice little set. So I took all the ones they had there, which was 4. So I will probably try and sell them as a collection. And then we have Bill Bryson, Shakespeare. I like Bill Bryson's books. Again, I haven't read this one. I won't mind getting it for myself, but it's in really nice condition, so I thought I'll try to give that a go to resell. Yeah, great writer, very engaging and witty and interesting. James Patterson and Maxine Petro, that's how you pronounce Maxine's name. Somebody who James Patterson seems to collab with quite a lot. This is the 5th Horseman. I do have quite a few James Patterson books on my eBay shop selling, so I may add that individually, or it may be part of a bundle, because I get James Patterson's books a lot to sell, but I also read them myself and buy them. I will say I've stuck to reading more of the earlier ones. Well, when I say earlier, up until quite recently, but when he writes on his own, I haven't read so many he's collaborated with. but yeah, especially so far, I have liked the ones he's done on his own. So this is Wilbur Smith again. This is Shout at the Devil. I also own this book, and this is the version that has scenes from the movie. So you can see Roger Moore there, for example. Classic movie if you've never seen it, based on this classic novel. We also have this Douglas Freeman book, A Winged Skull. That may be popular. We have A.D. Miller's Snowdrops. Basically, I was with those last two. I needed 2 more books to go with 2 I was buying to get the 250p. So I pulled out that one. The White Rabbit. So that's a non-fiction book. And also we have Somebody to Love. So this, I've read this myself, very interesting book. So it's The Life and Death and Legacy of Freddie Mercury by Matt Richards and Mark Langsford. I thought it was in really nice condition, and I thought that would probably sell. And this one, next one, I've seen go for quite a few pounds on eBay, and it is in very good condition. It's an interesting book, actually. The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us. It's another non-fiction by Daniel H. Pink, also written in pink, which I like. Almost done with the books. We've just got some big ones now. Right, so Star Wars, absolutely everything you need to know. This, I have 2. So Cancer Research, a couple of days ago, I found this one. Have I got this the right way around? I think so. Yes, because it had pencil writing in it with the person who owned the book previously, and I've tried to rub it out, but it still shows a bit. The pages are actually in good condition, but yeah, obviously it does have those markings, so probably won't get so much for that one. However, I have this one, which is in much better condition. No pencil writing, the cover's in even better condition. They were both 50p, so fun enough, in the same charity shop over 2 different days, I saw the same book. But yeah, I think I'll get more than 50p for those. I usually go for a few pounds on eBay. Now we have this big book, and I mean big. This is Marvel Encyclopedia, updated and expanded. I love these books. It was in the 2 for £1 section, but I actually went over to somebody on the tills and just asked, is this one included? And she was like, oh yeah, I just asked because it is so huge. Like, I would understand if they wanted more than 50p for it. Obviously, originally these kind of books cost £30. Yeah, so I love these books. I've got Marvel, DC ones myself, and basically tell you everything you could want to know about the comics, the characters. Brilliant guide. It's got a bit of a marking. So this one goes up to 2014 in terms of what edition it is. But yeah, I thought that is definitely worth picking up for 50p.